Welcome to Mental Survival, the channel where we talk about the mental and psychological aspects of prepping and survivalism. My name is Cliff Hamrick, and today I want to kind of expand on our discussion of belief systems by talking about three common traps that our belief systems get us into. And these traps really don't seem to matter too much as to what exactly your belief system is. Chances are one of these three, or even all of the above, will come up. And by traps, what I mean is basically cognitive distortions in which your belief systems lead you to. That's a lot of cognitive behavioral talk. For basically, cognitive distortions are basically they're not true. These feel like they're true, and you think that they're true. You can probably even come up with evidence to support why they're true in the moment, at least. And but in reality, they're actually not true when you really start to dissect them. And these three traps I call the three P's. Personal, permanent, and pervasive. The three P's. What these three P's do is they kind of lead us into believing that this stuff is true. So for instance, with the personal, you believe that what's going on is personally attacking you. It's all about you. So a simple one is, for instance, I'm in a hurry, I'm trying to get someplace, and someone driving a little too slow, and the light changes from green to red, and then I get stuck at the red light. And then I'm like, oh, this always happens to me. I always have to get stuck behind someone, and I never get to go. I'm always getting caught every damn red light and this sort of thing. It's kind of like the traffic is like all about me. It's attacking me. Another common one is sitting in a meeting with your boss, and your boss is talking about some new policy, and he glances over at you, and you immediately turn this into, oh, they made this policy about me. I wonder if I was screwing up. Does he think I was messing up? I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong because he kind of looked at me like that. Could have just looked at you just because he sort of glanced around the room and he saw you. Or maybe he wasn't even looking at you all. He's looking past you, but you made it about you. So that's an example of personal. It is basically stuff happens just to you. The other one is permanent. This is the belief that things have always been this way, and things will always be this way, whatever it is. I kind of alluded to this one with my first example, getting caught at the red light. Oh, this always happens to me. Like I've never gone through a green light in my life. Like I get stuck at every red light. Obviously that's true. Or never, I never get the job, I never just get what I want. I never am able to just sort of talk to people and do the right thing. So it's that sort of belief that things have always been this way, they will always be this way, and it's usually always bad. Or it's at least good for somebody else, but not you. So there's always this sort of belief that nothing ever changes. And then pervasive is a little different. This is where we start expanding our opinions to the rest of the world. So everything is bad. So a common one, seeing as we're kind of just coming off the elections here, is all politicians suck. I've probably been guilty of saying this one. All politicians suck. They're all corrupt. None of them care about anybody. So as if all the politicians throughout the entire world, they all are awful. And of course, you can always throw in, a permanent belief on that one. Yeah, politicians have always been corrupt, and all politicians are corrupt. They've always been corrupt, and they always will be corrupt because the system just generates people to, it only attracts corrupt people, and so no one else will ever do the job. That's both, a pervasive, all politicians suck, and then also a permanent. They always have sucked. They always will suck. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's, I think, probably at the root of the problem with the three Ps is they take all the power out of your hands, right? Everything that happens in your life that you don't like is now out of your hands. It is personal. So the rest of the world is out to get you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It is permanent. It's just the nature of the universe. It just has always been this way, and always will be this way. There's nothing you can do. Same thing with pervasive. Everything is like this, or nothing is like this. Either way, it's all or nothing, and that's just how it is. And that's probably the easiest way to tell when you are falling into one of the three P's is if you're using me and I a lot in your sentence, chances are you're making it personal. I never can talk to women. Women don't find me attractive. That's all personal. That's just me making it bad. If you're using always and never, and also like everywhere and every time and these sort of things, you're probably making it either permanent or pervasive. Women never find me attractive because all women are crazy and they always have been. I've knocked out all three. And I've had many clients say exactly that sort of thing. So all we can do is, once we catch ourselves in these three P's, we have to kind of like take a breath. Hopefully if you've been meditating, you're aware of your thoughts. You can catch your thoughts, catch your breath, calm down, and let the emotions settle out. Because this is all emotional thinking. Because we can actually laugh about this sort of crazy talk afterwards. Because once we're logically, it's like, oh yeah, not all women are crazy. I have had girlfriends. You can do this, but in the moment it feels real, and so it's kind of hard to resist. So you have to just sort of let the emotions subside, and then just play devil's advocate, and then start adding little weasel words, or at least, instead of every time, you can say most of the time, some of the time, enough that I don't like it. That's okay. And that might be true. For all I know, maybe most of the time you do get caught at red lights and that sort of thing. I don't know. I've never done a statistical analysis of your movement through traffic. So maybe this is true, maybe it's not. But saying always is kind of, definitely not true. And then what we can do is sort of then ask ourselves, okay, what can I do? What can I do to fix the situation? Basically putting the power back in your lap. And maybe there is nothing to actually be done. Maybe it's just sort of, I need to accept that this is how reality is, and it's okay. Or this is how reality feels, and that's okay. Or maybe this is how reality feels, but it's probably not true, although I can't really see the truth quite yet. What we start doing is we just start adding more weasel words, and we start actually adding more power back into our lap. What can you do? And even if all you can do is just change the way you think about a situation, that can be enough. In fact, that may be all you need to do in a lot of situations, is just change how you're thinking about the situation. That's how you get yourself out of the trap of the three P's. And like I said, it really doesn't matter what your belief system is. I think our brains just naturally go there. We naturally make it about us, because to our brains, we are the most important person in the world, because that's what our whole body and being is about, is keeping ourselves alive. So we have a natural inclination to make everything about us. And then the brain also just tends to extrapolate into, that's something that at least humans do, maybe other animals, but humans, we extrapolate out into other areas of the world, and then also into the future and into the past. And because we still have basically these Neolithic emotions, it makes it very easy for us to make just snap judgments, stupid judgments over all of these different areas and different times and that sort of thing. So that's why I say one of the first things to do to spring yourself out of this trap is just to slow down, take a breath, and then allow yourself to just sort of let the emotions go, whatever it is, anger, disappointment, fear, doesn't matter. And then just start playing your own devil's advocate and start asking yourself, really, always, never, every time. Once you kind of play that game, you start to realize how silly it is, and then you can even laugh at it. And I'm a big fan of laughing at your own cognitive distortions, because a lot of them are kind of crazy sounding. Once you're out of it, once you're in it, it's not crazy sounding. But anyway, that's all I have for today, and talk to you later. Bye.